Welcome back to the Stratford Inn, everyone. Here we are on the morning after a crap performance, dreadful performance by our so-called Manchester United players that we had to experience last night against Liverpool. It's still very embarrassed and humiliating. For those who haven't watched the video on the post-match reaction, definitely go and check it out. Also leave a like on the video if you haven't done so. What is there more to say about these players that don't perform, that just don't care, that don't show any sign of respect for Manchester United, for the club, the fans, the coaching staff, etc.? I really am tired of it. I'm sick of it, to be honest. I mean, having to come from a time where we know the standards Manchester United are supposed to be having, and seeing the club have its name being dragged through the mud, now at its lowest point it has ever been. It's sad. Roy Keane himself said that it's past the point of anger. It's just sad to see right now. Last night after the game, you could see on the faces of Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, Gary Neville, you could see the pain, you could see the hurt. And not because they lost to Liverpool. That has happened to them while they were playing. The sadness is there because they are also Manchester United fans just like us, who know that the club right now is a mess, a shambles. And we need Ten Hag and Rangnick to save us. It's so ballsy by Rangnick to come out last night after the game and basically call out these players, call out the board and the Glazers. Basically saying that they are not good enough. Sell them. Get rid of them all. These players that you have brought in are not good enough. We need a reset. We need a rebuild. That rebuild can only happen now that the board has made the competent decision to get Ten Hag. They have to decide with Ten Hag and Rangnick what type of players should be coming into the club. The coaches that Ten Hag wants in his coaching staff should be the coaches they get. I want to read to you the quote that was said by Rangnick after the game last night. And he said that it is embarrassing, it's disappointing, maybe even humiliating. We have to accept they are 6 years ahead of us now. When Jurgen Klopp came, they changed at the club and lifted not just the team, but the club and the city to a new level. That is what needs to happen with us in the next transfer windows. So these next transfer windows, clearly stated by Rangnick, needs to be 100% accurate. It needs to be on point. We have to get the right players in, the right coaching in. That needs to be set. The foundation needs to be set correctly in order for the club to build, to have its rebuild done correctly. Yes, he does say there we are 6 years behind them, but it's not impossible to reach that level in a shorter period of time. We've seen Chelsea go from being absolutely nowhere with Lampard to completely winning the Champions League and now competing at the highest level. Their foundation is there and they're only going to get better. It is about recruitment. It is about who you bring into your club. That sets the tone for the rest of the team, for the rest of the club. We need new blood at the club. We need new players with a fresh mindset, fresh perspectives, players who want to come and prove themselves, not only to be Manchester United players, but to be world-class players. Players who want to take that extra step forward in their career. Players who want to be part of the new Ten Hag project that we will be experiencing. It's definitely going to be a mass exodus at the club this summer. Players will be leaving left, right and center. Lingard, Matic, Mata, Pogba. You're looking at Lee Grant as the goalkeeper leaving. Cavani is leaving on a free. Martial's future is up in the air. We are definitely going to be signing quite a few players. And that basically leads me into the Fabrizio update that you guys see in the thumbnail. I want to read that to you right now, but before I do so, links to our various socials in the description below, and continue to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Our goal is 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and thank you to those who have already subscribed. You guys are amazing. Fabrizio has come out and has said that a new era is coming for Manchester United with Ten Hag as new manager. Rangnick has quotedly come out and has said, there will be a rebuild here. 6, 7, maybe 10 new players will come. 10 new players Rangnick is telling the board that we potentially need to bring in this transfer window. We might not get all 10 in this transfer window, but we're going to be getting quite a few players coming in. Because just as the amount of players leaving the club is quite a lot, we need to ensure that we replace those players with better quality. And that can and will happen with Rangnick and with Ten Hag. Rangnick also said, apart from goalkeeping, we will definitely need to improve the squad in all areas. It is not enough to just bring in 3 or 4 new players. And this he said on Sky Sports, reported by Fabrizio. He knows that we need brand new players at the club that want to work, that want to play, that want to compete, that will show desire, that will show a hunger, that will show fight, that will want to achieve things at the very top of football. And that has to happen. Without a doubt, that revolution, as you see, has to happen. We need a rebuild, and that rebuild will happen, definitely under Ten Hag. It is also said that coaching staff will still be part of the rebuilding with Ten Hag already at work on this point, and Van der Gaag. So, hearing that Ten Hag has fully agreed to join Manchester United after Fabrizio gave the here we go, that means all his conditions were met. That means that now we are past the point of assuming and trying to wonder if the board is going to give him what he wants and give him the power that he needs. That has been confirmed because Ten Hag himself said if he does not have his requirements met, he's not signing the deal. He's not agreeing to it. He has now already agreed to the deal, so we know now the board has given him this power. Fabrizio has also said that the board will work with Ten Hag to get the coaching staff that he wants and to get the players that he wants to sign. The likes of Darwin Núñez and Richarlison from Everton have been discussed internally, but Ten Hag will have the final say on which players come into Manchester United. He will also have a say on the players that are out on loan and whether they will be staying at the club to be part of the team or whether they will be leaving. Fabrizio said Ten Hag does not want to be in a situation by August where he still has players' futures who are up in the air. Players like Paul Pogba, whose contracts are coming to an end at the end of the season, Rangnick and Ten Hag will also look at these various players and allow Ten Hag to give the final decision on which players should be kept or be allowed to leave. But Fabrizio has confirmed that many players will leave the club this summer, but the final decision will lay with Ten Hag, and he will discuss this with the board and with Rangnick. That is excellent news to hear, fantastic news in my book. To hear that now the coach will get to decide who he wants to bring in to work alongside him and who he wants to bring in to be part of his squad. And that he's allowed to get rid of those that he doesn't need in his squad as well. That is fantastic. That is the way it is supposed to be. That is a step in the right direction for us. And we have to applaud the board for finally making that competent decision. We have to look to the future now. That's all we can do. And we have to also mentally prepare ourselves for not qualifying for the Champions League, maybe not even qualifying for Europa League. We have to mentally prepare for that and understand that next season we might have a target of just Champions League and perhaps maybe a FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. Definitely. Those two trophies are the ones that we need to be going for. Of course, in the Premier League, fighting for the top four. But surely, we have to ensure that we are at least, going into the latter stages of these cup competitions. We have to. We have to get that winning mentality at the club. We have to start allowing ourselves to get the feeling, to get that taste of winning trophies. And it has to start with the FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. Because we know City and Liverpool will, take the bar even higher next season. Chelsea will be stronger. The likes of West Ham and Aston Villa are definitely going to invest. Spurs will definitely invest as well. You look at the likes of Newcastle, even they are going to invest. They are a very, very rich club, as we all know. So definitely we need to improve next season. And we're not going to win the league next season, that's for sure. But we at least have to find ourselves fighting in the top four and at least competing with the likes of City and Liverpool when we do play them. We have to do that. That has to be the goal and ambition for next season. I know we're playing Arsenal next, but that could be 3 points. We still can achieve top four. The opportunity is there. Now that Liverpool is out of the way, arguably our most difficult fixture in the last fixtures we have to play now. But we will have to wait and see what happens come game time against Arsenal. It's going to be a very, very interesting game. A very, very good game, might I add. But thank you guys for joining me. And for those who continue to watch the videos until the end, you guys are awesome and fantastic. And I thank you for that so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you guys for joining me. That has been your latest news for today here on The Straight Within. That is it, me, Sasha Johnson, from The Straight Within. Goodbye, Red Devils, till we speak again.